Welcome to Outdoor Madness, everyone. Kerry Clark here. As always, thanks so much for tuning in to another episode. Well, all right, good news. How often do we hear good news, all right? Every time you turn on the TV or you open up an email, it's usually always bad news, especially when it comes to buying something because the prices of cars, houses, bicycles, everything, groceries, everything is so expensive. Well, what you're looking at right here is a brand new 2023 RadRunner 3 Plus. Just purchased this bike 4 days ago for my wife for $24.99 plus tax, which is the MSRP on it. Well, just got an email today from Rad Power Bikes saying that they dropped the price by $200. Yeah, which means we're getting that difference. They're refunding that money to us. So anytime there's a price drop on anything, you guys, I don't know. I think that's really good news, especially when it comes to bicycles and these e-bikes. I mean, they're so popular. There's so many different brands out there. And in fact, when we were shopping around, we wanted a Rad. The only reason I did not buy a Rad e-bike was because they didn't have any retail stores. You could only buy them online. So we purchased the Pedegos. This is a Pedego Element. This is my wife's bike, and this is mine over here. Any of you guys who have been watching our channel, you know that we've had these bikes because I did a couple of shows on them, and there's nothing wrong with them. Nice bikes, but I just don't like buying anything online, only because if you have problems with it, then what are you going to do? You're going to have to find a bike shop that works on it, that does service on it, some kind of way to fix it, right? So that's why we went with the Pedegos. And in fact, we had problems with the Pedego. We had to have our cassettes replaced. And I don't know what would have happened if there was not a store. They probably would have had to mail them to us. We would have had to put them on. I don't know, but it was just so much easier to have a retail store. Well, now Rad is opening up retail stores. So we got this one from Huntington Beach. They also have a store in Santa Barbara now. They have one in San Diego, and they're just starting to open up these retail stores all over the place. So that's a really good thing. So let's talk about the differences between these bikes. So first of all, the big difference on this one, 750 watt hub motor on this one. The Element, 500 watt. Now, if you take a look at the Element, we had to pay extra for the rack. We had to pay extra for the front and the rear fenders, and also for the front headlight. Well, on the RadRunner 3 Plus, comes standard. Front and back fenders, headlight, tail light, okay? Not the basket, of course, that we put on there, but it comes with this rack right here. And check this out. So let's turn the power on. So when you turn the power on, the headlight and the tail light come on automatically. So that's just a safety feature, which is pretty neat. But what I really like too is it also has a brake light. Pretty nice, huh? That comes standard when you purchase the bike. Now, if you want to turn these off and you don't want these on because they're like running lights during the day for protection, you just hit the gray button right there and the lights go off. But now here's what's neat. Every time you hit the brakes, you see that? You still get that brake light, which is pretty cool. And that comes standard on the RadRunner 3 Plus, which I think is pretty cool. Another thing that's really neat about this one, it comes with hydraulic disc brakes, you guys. If you've never ridden a bike with hydraulic disc brakes compared to one like the Pedego that comes with cable actuated disc brakes, it's like night and day. The hydraulic disc brakes are smoother, they're more powerful, they last longer, and they're a lot more quieter than the cable actuated disc brakes. That's something that I really like. And another thing about this one too is it comes with a passenger package. So they were all out of them, but it comes with a seat that you can mount right here. It has a grab rail, foot pegs that you can put right here, and it comes with these plastic shields. So they're going to be sending those to us because they were out of them right now. But that's also included in the price on the RadRunner 3 Plus. Pretty neat. So you still have you have a 7-speed Shimano right here. You also have, it's on level 1 right now, but you have 5 levels of pedal assist. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. But another thing that comes standard on this bike, which I really like, is a suspension fork. All right? And what's really neat about this suspension fork is you can lock the suspension out. So if you have it strapped down on your bike rack in the back of your truck or whatever, the suspension is not going to compress. So you don't have to worry about blowing out the fork seals or anything like that. You can lock it out, and you can still adjust the hardness, the compression and the rebound on it also, which I think is really neat. Now, they just started selling suspension forks for the Element. Okay, you can buy them now, and I forget how much they cost. I think they're less than $200, but like I said, the RadRunner comes with the suspension fork on there, you guys. So pretty neat. Another thing about the RadRunner, it only comes with a 1-year warranty, whereas the Pedego comes with a 5-year warranty. So there's some differences there and things, but overall, I always did like the Rad bikes. This is what we were going to get eventually. And now, because this has the passenger, that's why we bought this for my wife, so my wife can ride her nephew and her niece around on it. And you can also ride a full adult on this. I forget exactly what the weight is. I think it's like a couple of 100 pounds that you can put on the back here. But if you go into their website, all the information is on there. Just go to radpowerbikes.com and you can find out all the information on this bike. Like I said, price reduction of $200. Anytime there's a price reduction on something is good. And hopefully, that'll last. Hopefully it's not just for a few months or something like that, but it'll last for a while because, spring's just around the corner, summer's coming. So it's time to ride. And just wanted to let you guys know that. Price reduction on the RadRunner 3 Plus. Such a nice bike. So far, we haven't had it very long, only a few days, but my wife's loving it. Big difference between the Element. It's so much smoother just having that front fork. It's a little bit longer than the Element. And what I like about this one too is the adjustment on the handlebars here too. You see, you can tilt those handlebars back. You can tilt them up. Whereas on this one, on the Element, you can't do that. Of course, you can just move them around this way, but there's no way to tilt it back and forth this way unless you buy a different gooseneck. So a lot of differences with the Rad, and nice bike. So you guys, if you're looking into buying an electric bike and you've been checking out the Rads, the price has dropped on these, and some of the other ones, maybe the Rad Rover, I'm not sure, or the Rad Runner. Some of the prices of those might have gone down too, but $200 off now, or it's gone down from $24.99 to $22.99 on the RadRunner 3 Plus. I'm Kerry Clark for Outdoor Madness. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Don't forget to give us that thumbs up and subscribe, and you know the story. I'll see you somewhere in the great outdoors.